Our gospel this morning speaks of prophet not being accepted in his own time and in his own place. You're with Mission Alive. This is Roger from the MSC Mission Office. I'd like to speak today of a man who was perhaps not a prophet in his own place, but a prophet in his own time, and not by what he said, but what he did. I want to talk about Father Patrick Maloney, MSc, whom I have only known by name and by reputation. There's an article up on our MSc Missionary of the Sacred Heart website, www.missacor, etc., on Father Patrick Maloney. He worked with the Aboriginal people in a number of places. He was first sent to Alice Springs in 1935 to begin a mission there. Prior to that, he had established a mission at Palm Island in 1931 and at Menindee in 1933. And then, as I said, 1935 was at Alice Springs. This was rather pioneering work because in many ways people in the mainstream of Australia and the mainstream of the church weren't too concerned about the Aborigines. And the move to the Northern Territory was at the request of Bishop Zell, whom we have looked at here. He was the first bishop of Darwin and was known as the bishop with 150 wives, and I've told that story here before. He wanted Patrick Maloney to go to Alice Springs to begin this mission. And in that, he was instrumental in shifting the Australian MSC province's emphasis from overseas missions to the Aboriginal missions, where we have done very well over many, many years. And this was rather prophetic to go into some of these remote places to work with Aboriginals who, firstly, their culture was extremely different to European culture. That's why there was clashes and that's why they were pushed aside. And also, at that stage, because of the effect of colonisation and the white settlers moving in, the Aboriginals were beginning to be in a very bad place socially and culturally. And we hear a lot about that in the media today, which you can follow as you wish. But Patrick Maloney and Bishop Zell saw a real need to minister to these Aboriginal people, to evangelise them and to care for them pastorally. And this was a big change and a big move in MSC history. And a lot of that work is still beginning. There's not so many MSCs there anymore, but there are still some of our men out in those remote places. Another one in the Northern Territory is Father Richard Doherty, known as Dick Doherty, and he was very famous at a place called Port Keats or Wade. And we still have an MSC priest there, and we still have MSCs in the Northern Territory, and still having an influence on the work with the Aboriginal people. These sorts of works, when people take them on, can be very difficult, can be rather prophetic in that going out almost to the frontier of the work of the church, pushing the boundaries. People like Sister Mary McKillop, she was like that, and there's been others in our history that have done all those things. So it's very prophetic to push the boundaries, and that is what mission in the church is about. And our areas of life today, where there are many people in the church moving out into the fringes of society or moving to the depths of society and trying to continue the work of proclaiming the Word of God, the law and the love of God. This is our mission. Thank you.